Now on Sunrise and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, the City of Victoria is looking to raise property taxes. What you need to know, that's coming up. And new subpoenas have been issued in the ongoing controversy related to the Epstein files. Who's making the high-profile list? Plus, water in Victoria faces yet another change.
And high pressure approaching us over the next few days is going to put our temperatures on a heating trend, but that may not be the only thing heating up, y'all. The Atlantic has officially awoken. We'll have all that in the weather coming up.
And the St. Joseph Flyers ready for a strong 2025 season. We'll hear from one of their star wide receivers later on in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise.
Nice.
All right, well, good morning and happy Wednesday. And I just want to take some time to remind y'all about Super Saturday. It's an event happening at Victoria College for prospective and incoming students. Parker, are we going to have some good weather for Super Saturday?
Well, actually, we're looking at just about the exact same weather daily for the next several days. I hope y'all enjoyed yesterday because that's exactly about what's going to be coming our way with only about 10% less rain chance. This morning, though, we're starting out with actually a few spotty showers around the area. If you see on the camera, you could see some of those cloud tops kind of towering in the background. Otherwise, we're starting at 76 degrees in Victoria. Another nice warm morning out there, but humid because the dew point's a degree off. This time, don't worry about fog because right now we've got a few mixing mechanisms out there. That's going to be the rain and also high pressure that's going to be approaching us over the next couple days. So no fog. But we do have rain to talk about. Looking at your radar, all of it is located along Highway 59 counties right now and southward. And all of it is very spotty to isolated in nature this morning. Also very light to moderate. So if you have any of that coming your way next 10 minutes, get that umbrella. But maybe grab your umbrella again for later today because looking at your satellite, we have high pressure. You can see it spinning clockwise. That's going to bring us pretty similar to weather to yesterday. With yesterday, we got up to a high of 100 degrees in Port Lavaca. Today, we're looking for a high of about mid-90s in Victoria with, like I said, those spotty showers. We'll look at those details coming up next.
Property taxes and the budget were key topics at Tuesday's Victoria City Council meeting. The city proposes increasing the property tax rate to about 48 cents per $100 valuation from about 47 cents per $100 valuation, the max without voter approval. Any tax above this rate requires an election. The rate does exceed the no new revenue level. The city is expecting higher revenue rates next year. City Manager Jesus Garza says lower home appraisals and low new property revenue led to this recommendation. The extra funds will help improve employee pay. The city will hold public hearings for this tax rate on September 2nd at 5 p.m. and also at 5 p.m. on September 9th in City Council chambers. The city also accepted a resolution to approve a special election for collective bargaining with the Victoria Fire Department. The Victoria Firefighters Association says the agreement could help them negotiate with the city as an equal entity, potentially helping them with recruiting and retention. The special election will be November 4th. Now to the controversy surrounding the Jeffrey Epstein files. The White House may release a transcript of a recent interview with an Epstein accomplice. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the details.
This morning, Bill and Hillary Clinton are among more than a dozen high-profile Washington insiders subpoenaed in the escalating congressional investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. After a bipartisan subcommittee vote last month, the Republican-led House Oversight Committee issuing subpoenas to several former top officials.
The American people have a right to know who else was involved, whether the system really was rigged in favor of the rich and powerful.
The list includes former Democratic Attorneys General Eric Holder, Loretta Lynch, and Merrick Garland, and former Republican Attorneys General William Barr, Jeff Sessions, and Alberto Gonzales. Former FBI Directors James Comey and Robert Mueller also subpoenaed. Committee Chairman James Comer saying it is imperative that Congress conduct oversight of the federal government's enforcement of sex trafficking laws generally, and specifically its handling of the investigation and prosecution of Mr. Epstein. One name not on the list, Alex Acosta, the prosecutor who struck a controversial 2008 plea deal with Epstein in Florida. That deal allowed Epstein to avoid federal charges, serve only 13 months, and spend most days out of jail on work release. Acosta later served as labor secretary under President Trump until he resigned in 2019 amid fallout over the case. The House committee also demanding the Justice Department turn over every unredacted document related to the Epstein case. The DOJ has until August 19th to comply and says it's reviewing the request. In the meantime, sources say the Trump administration is considering releasing transcripts from Epstein accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell's interview with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche this month. Sources say Maxwell told Blanche, who until recently was Trump's personal attorney, that Trump did nothing in her presence that would have caused her concern. After the interview, Maxwell was moved from a federal prison in Florida to a minimum security camp in Texas with more favorable conditions, a rare move for a convicted sex offender serving 20 years. Trump was asked if he authorized that prison transfer.
Todd Blanche is one of the most highly respected people you'll ever meet. So I know this. I didn't discuss it with him, but anything he talked about with her or the fact that he did that, not unusual, number one, and most importantly is something that would be totally above board.
Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
If you're swerving to avoid potholes every day, you're not alone. We spotted these troublemakers Monday at East Wan Lin and Odom Streets right in the middle of a rainy day. If you have one on your daily route, snap a photo or video and send it our way. We'll add it to our next round of pothole patrol. We'll follow up next week to see what's been fixed. Let's keep the pressure on together. Email us at staff@crossroadstoday.com. The city of Victoria is switching back to its usual water treatment process on August 12th. For the past month, the city used straight chlorine, a routine chlorine burn, to clean the system. The process happened ahead of schedule this year after a boil water notice in July. Now it's going back to using chloramines, that's chlorine mixed with ammonia. Most people won't notice a difference, but some may catch a slight change in taste or smell. If you're on dialysis or have an aquarium, you may need to adjust your water setup. Remember, follow us on YouTube, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click that notification bell. The time now, let's get a look at our clock up here. It's 6:37 on our Wednesday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up next on 25 News Now Sunrise. A local leader is retiring after years on the job. Find out what defined his time in office and what matters most to him as he moves on.
The Texas governor is upping the pressure on Democrats over redistricting in the state. I'm Nicole D'Antonio in Washington with the details and the potential impact ahead of next year's midterm election.
And also coming up next after the break and the short-term forecast, you heard me say we have another chance for rain today. So coming up next, I'll tell you just when I think the rain might get here. Well, good morning, Crossroads, and happy Weather Wednesday. For your Wednesday, the weather today is going to be quite similar to yesterday, Tuesday, in terms of just about everything. We're talking the skies, the sunshine, the temperatures, the humidity, and even our rain chances. However, today, we're going to look at about 10% less coverage, I think, than yesterday. And looking at yesterday's rainfall coverage, you can see some areas saw as high as 2 to nearly 2¼ inch of rain. We're talking about y'all just south of Bay City, about 5 miles away. So if you're tuning in with us around that area, y'all saw a hefty amount of rain yesterday. Same thing with southern parts of Victoria County, heading down Highway 87 towards the Bloomington area. Y'all saw between an inch and a half to almost 2 inches actually in some areas. Whereas the general ballpark average around the area was about an average 1/4 inch of rain. And coming away again today, it's going to be just like that, only 10% less than what you saw on coverage on that map. And you're going to see all that here on the Future Tracker, timing it out for you on your Wednesday and the morning time from now all the way up until about 9 or 10 a.m. We're going to have that 20% chance on the coastal counties, Calhoun, Refugio, Aransas, and Matagorda County. And then that'll burn off all the way down to mostly sunny skies. Everybody's going to be looking mostly sunny today. And then we'll pick up that chance to 20% again for Highway 59 counties and southward as we go after 2 p.m. and for the rest of the afternoon. And we're going to be looking at trends just like that for the rest of this week with sea breezes forming the afternoon time. But we're going to look at temperatures heating up and the tropics heating up too. And that's coming up next.
Happy Wednesday morning here, Crossroads. Yesterday we highlighted the Victoria West Warriors football team. Well, we're going to stay in Victoria here for today and talk about the St. Joseph Flyers football team, who are going to be without two of their top stars here this season in quarterback Aiden Aragon and running back Dedrick Callis, who was their top rusher their last season. Now, he's officially over there at Victoria East, so staying here in Victoria, but big loss there for the Flyers going into this season. So with that, they have a couple question marks going in, obviously, on the offensive side. But coordinator head coach Jacob Vasquez, he believes there his son and Jace Vasquez will take over. Again, they're still figuring out the running game as we go into it. But one player that is back, though, is wide receiver Charlie Stefka, who believes his connection there with the projected starting quarterback and Jace Vasquez will be good this season. And also, he trusts his offensive line will help him out as well.
I think it'll be a pretty good one. I mean, me and Jace, over last year, we've definitely grown a lot stronger. You know, Jace, he has that mind that no matter what, I think he knows what to do with the ball, and that makes him a great role for the quarterback position. Our line was a little inexperienced, but this year we definitely have a couple seniors to lead the O-line and for them to do what's good.
Now the Flyers, they have that connection with Chase Vasquez and Stefka. They hope that can be a lethal kind of arsenal going into this year, because again, they're going to open up versus Katie Harmony. It's going to be on August 29th. This is Max Williams, 25 News Now Sports.
Now to the latest battle over congressional redistricting. The governor upping the pressure on Texas Democrats with a petition to the Texas Supreme Court. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with the details and the potential impact on next year's midterm elections.
This morning, a deepening divide in the state of Texas. Governor Greg Abbott filing an emergency petition with the Texas Supreme Court. The governor requesting Democratic State Representative Jean Wu, the chair of the Texas House Democratic Caucus, be removed from office.
This is a completely corrupt process. There is no other reason we're doing this. There's no other reason that we're shutting down the government of the state of Texas except to help Donald Trump do his bidding.
President Trump has claimed Republicans are, quote, entitled to 5 more seats in Congress after he won the state of Texas. But the congressional map is not tied to presidential races. It's historically tied to the once-a-decade census. Republican state lawmakers supporting the move.
What are your thoughts on the redistricting efforts in general? Is it a good move?
Sure it is.
And why is that?
Totally legal. There's nothing wrong with it at all.
This week, Democratic lawmakers left the state in protest to delay the controversial redistricting vote. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has threatened to arrest and expel state lawmakers if they don't return to the Capitol immediately. And now, Texas Republican Senator John Cornyn calling on the FBI to help bring Democratic lawmakers back and arrest them. ABC's Mary Bruce pressed the president on if he supports that idea.
Do you want the federal government and the FBI to help locate and arrest these Texas Democrats who have left the state?
Well, I think they've abandoned the state.
Should the FBI get involved?
Well, they may have to. They may have to. No, I know they want them back. Not only the Attorney General, the governor wants them back. You can't just sit it out. You have to go back. You have to fight it out. That's what elections are all about.
Some Democratic governors have pledged to counter the Texas Republican effort with new congressional maps of their own. Both Republicans and Democrats have used redistricting to their advantage in the past. But with Republicans holding a narrow margin in Congress, lawmakers say this could have major implications on next year's midterm elections. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
And that leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code on your screen to take part. We want to know, do you support the petition by Governor Abbott to remove Democratic lawmakers? 53% of you say yes, and 47% of you say no. DeWitt County Judge Daryl Fowler is retiring after 15 years in his position. First elected county judge in 2010, Fowler says getting the county ready for the Eagle Ford Shale oil boom, especially increasing the county's road budget in order to support the influx of oil field equipment on county roads, is his primary accomplishment. Above all, Fowler says he takes the most pride in being able to serve the citizens of DeWitt County.
I love what I've done. It's been a real privilege, and I'm so very grateful to the public at large here that kept me in the office and had the confidence in me.
Fowler plans to spend time with family, travel, and doing some ranching work on the side. His last day as the DeWitt County judge will be December 31st. The time now, it's 6:46 on our Wednesday morning. Still to come on Sunrise. A major industry is facing unexpected challenges this year. We'll explore what's impacting travel and what it could mean for the future. All right, it's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday to Leilani. Happy first birthday from Grandma Norma and Grandpa Hector.
Aw, happy birthday, Leilani. And also happy birthday to April. I want to wish my daughter a happy birthday and many, many more to come. I love you.
Happy birthday to Raven and Regina. Happiest of birthdays to the two of you. Y'all will always be my favorite birthday gift. Let's enjoy our day. Happy birthday to my wife, Regina and Raven. Have a blessed day. That's from Darren and the children. That's a mother and daughter sharing a birthday.
Happy birthday, y'all. And happy birthday to Shirley. Wishing the happiest of birthdays to our mom. Have a wonderful day today. We love you so much. From Sherry, Dawn, and Michelle Lee.
And happy birthday to Roger. Happy birthday from your children and all your family. We love you.
Happy birthday, Roger. And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, you can come to crossroadstoday.com, click the drop-down menu, then click the Home tab, and then you'll see Submit Your Birthday Photo.
All right, I want to wish Jewel, and also I want to give a happy belated birthday to Danny, our leader here, our GM at the Victoria Television Group. Happy birthday to Danny.
Happy birthday, Danny.
And if it's your birthday, happy birthday. The time is now 6:47 on our Wednesday morning.
Happy birthday. If you're celebrating with us today, stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. I'm sure a lot of you saw the 7-day forecast just a few moments ago, and you saw the temperatures heating up over the next several days, back into the upper 90s, maybe some in the low 100s as we get into Friday and Saturday this weekend. But you will also see the rain chances. They're going to continue over the next several days, which, hey, that's just okay if you ask me, because it's going to be hot. It's summertime, y'all. But we're going to continue those rain chances at 20% for the afternoon times, as we're going to continue getting our classic little sea breezes, which is pretty typical for the summertime. And also typical for the summertime, it's what else is heating up? It's the Atlantic. You can see we have a few systems out there. This looks a little bit different than what you last saw yesterday when you tuned in with me. It's because I've added a couple two areas. And actually, the National Hurricane Center recently, we're talking like 5 minutes ago, just updated their outlook on me. So I'm going to have to go look at that's about here in just a second. But what we're tracking is 4 tropical waves in the Atlantic right now. On 2 or 3 of them may be a concern to us over the next 2 weeks or so. Here's wave number 1. It's right here just northeast of the Bahamas. All computer models, we're talking all of them, suggest this will move westward into the Gulf as we go into this weekend and next week, and maybe, if anything, turn into a tropical depression. We're going to be watching that real closely, and we're even closer going to watch this tropical wave right here, because this is going to head into this green shaded area sometime late next week. And a lot of the computers are suggesting that'll turn into some sort of hurricane and come possibly into the Gulf for the latter half of August. And we're going to look at more on that later this week and more later on Sunrise.
Travel experts are expressing concern, saying there are fewer international travelers visiting the U.S. than before. ABC's Perry Russum takes a closer look.
From New York to Washington, D.C., Las Vegas, and Los Angeles, there are plenty of destinations right here in the U.S. for tourists from other countries to visit. But America's travel and tourism industry is facing a decrease in foreign tourists. The number of non-U.S. citizen air passenger arrivals was down 9.7% in March compared to the previous year. That's according to data from the International Trade Administration.
Much of that driven by Canadians who have pulled back significantly on their travel. It's a huge economic loss for the country.
The latest economic impact research from the World Travel and Tourism Council, or WTTC, projects the U.S. is on track to lose $12.5 billion in international visitor spending this year.
Which we're surprised at, because the U.S. is the biggest travel and tourism market in the world.
A study done by the WTTC and Oxford Economics forecast the United States will be the only country with a decline in international visitor spending this year. That's among 184 countries analyzed.
China is the second biggest travel and tourism economy, and it is growing very, very strongly. And interestingly, they've just relaxed a lot of their visa policies to encourage people to go to China. But in the US, we've actually seen some quite big hikes in the cost of getting a visa.
In addition to the cost, the lengthy process to get a visa is a potential deterrent.
It can take months just to get an interview for a visa to come to the United States.
Travel experts say America's messaging on foreign travelers may be turning visitors away too.
We need to let travelers around the world know that we want their business. We certainly understand some of the issues we have here in the United States that focus on illegal immigration. Unfortunately, some travelers around the world are wondering if legal visitors are welcome.
The World Cup next summer could be a great opportunity for the U.S. to welcome visitors with open arms and get the industry back on track ahead of the Olympics in 2028. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Still to come on Sunrise, News to Know Before You Go. We'll bring you moments from a ceremony remembering a pivotal event in history and its lasting impact. This morning, Japan marked 80 years since the U.S. dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima. The city held a ceremony at the Hiroshima Peace Memorial Park, attended by survivors and dignitaries. Over 110,000 people died instantly, with hundreds of thousands more succumbing to injuries and radiation-related illness over time. It remains the only time nuclear weapons have been used in warfare. A Coast Guard report released yesterday described the 2023 Titan submersible implosion as preventable. The 327-page report cites multiple factors at OceanGate, including a toxic workplace that discouraged employees and contractors from being concerned about safety. Investigators found the company evaded regulation and did not subject Titan to rigorous testing. The federal government defunding future vaccine development using mRNA technology, the same technology used to develop vaccines during the COVID-19 pandemic. RFK says the government will pivot away from mRNA and instead fund other vaccine platforms through a division at HHS known as BARDA. He suggested the technology is not effective against respiratory infections like COVID and the flu, despite evidence to the contrary. Victoria City Council approved over $155,000 for electrical work and other upgrades at the duck pond to meet floodplain rules and add handrail bracing. City officials say they're also working to fix the pond fountain, with progress expected after a meeting with the original installer. As for the pond, officials say it's in good shape. Seasonal vegetation is normal and the city's management plan is working as expected. We want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, and Android TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. And now let's get a look at our radar with Parker. We have any rain on the radar?
We do have a little bit of rain on the radar, Carolina. Taking a look at that radar, just as you were saying, you can see it's still pretty spotty to isolated in nature out there this morning, and all of it, as you can see, located along Highway 59 counties and southward towards the coast. Minus this one lone little shower coming up into southern parts of Lavaca County. If y'all get lucky in Hallettsville, it might maybe hold its strength and come your way over the next 20 minutes. But don't get your hopes up too much, because you can see most of it's already kind of withering away this morning. But don't worry, because we're going to be looking at just about this exact same look of the radar later this afternoon, because in the afternoon time, Port Lavaca are looking for high of 97, but sometime after 1 or 2 p.m. we'll have a few spotty showers forming along 59 counties and southward again, just like right now. And also on the coast, you'll have a chance in the morning time. Inland County is not so much in the morning time, but we'll still have that chance for the afternoon, mainly Victoria County and everyone on the edge. High of 95 today, Victoria. But inland counties, like I said, northern counties, DeWitt County, Lavaca, Gonzales, y'all going to have a little bit less of a chance. And a little bit warmer, more sunshine, high of 96 today. And if that's not warm enough, well, we're warming up for the next several days, back into the upper 90s, maybe low 100 for some, and we'll keep on that 20% rain chance.
All right, thank y'all for being with us this morning. Be sure to join Shauna, Dawn, Maclovio, and Max today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10. Make it a great Wednesday.